All right, so I figure I'll keep the content going, until I'm working, until I'm stopped, or whatever. I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Fungus Among Us by Incubus, which is their first or their debut album, if I am correct. So let me know. And it rocks actually, and I'll let you know what Incubus is, what they're about. I'd say this, I'm not in the music industry, obviously, but I think Staten Island's a big influence there. I wonder, and a good friend growing up really got me into this band, and they started storming. So okay, so it starts off with you could be a hot dancer, let's just call it, right? And it sounds like a disco track from like maybe the 80s, early 90s. But then Brandon Boyd starts screaming at the top of his lungs. Brandon Boyd is the lead singer. And I apologize for not getting the drummers and the guitarists and bassists and all the other hugely and highly influential people of the band's names down. I really got to get on that. I should. How I studied the Saints down, I should get on these musicians, more of them. Like Green Day is probably my favorite band of all time. And I think it's Mike Dunst, Trey Cool, and Billy Joel. I almost call him Joel. Billy Joe is really all that comes to mind. But that's just for my persona, so I'm wondering if the psychology behind that, do I just resonate with the singers more than anyone else? So I'm just wondering. But I would like to know the whole band in entirety. So this debut album, Fungus Among Us, is a 10-track album, which is Hot Dancer's Wild on that subject. As I was saying, it's something that you would think you could hear at a club, like almost like Billie Jean from Michael Jackson. Thank you. And or some sort of disco song, Saturday Night, what's it called? Saying that song, Staying Alive. It's up there with that. It's that good that you can listen to it, dance to it, and it's almost a party song of maybe even the not the decade, not of the century. It's a century song. It seems like it's that good. And they debut with this track. I'm telling you, that song, Hot Dancer, You're Gonna Be a Hot Dancer, is that good. It can be played at clubs. It should be remixed on that note as well by a great DJ, if it hasn't been already, which I'm sure it has been, to maybe edit out the Brandon Boyd rock part where he's screaming at the top of his lungs. But the thing is, that's where they're Incubus, and that's where you need that. And this band, this group of amazingly, highly, super talented people that are musical geniuses, in my opinion. Well, at least Brandon Boyd comes to mind, but he's just amazing. The way he sings, and I love Incubus, I really do. They're so artsy. Even the name Incubus, you might think it's evil, and it is evil because it relates to a succubus, but there's a little incubus and succubus in all of us men and women out there. And you don't want to be an incubus unless it's with your wife or something, or a husband, succubus, but it's just an interesting take on religion, Catholicism, and worldviews. He's really great, Brandon Boyd, and that whole crew there. And they even have a turntable artist, I remember, and it was just that wild for the time. So this track, I'm really going deep. It's like just an introduction to what Incubus is capable of. And the first song really says it all. It's like we can make this timeless hit, in my opinion, which is you could be a hot dancer, you're going to be a hot dancer. Fungus Among Us. So it's kind of like the name says it all too. And I love that too, the 10-track album. The name relates to the album where it's like Fungus Among Us. It's almost like he's just having some fun. But it's probably more to it than that with the mushroom head, of course, the psychological things behind that, which is why mushrooms were very psychedelic back in the day, and it makes sense now, right? But it's for a doctor. And so it's a very underrated album too for people that might listen to more of the Incubus Morning View, and even Science is great too. They just keep them coming. I love that band. I love you guys and girls. I love the fans, all the people on Staten Island that has to have influenced me to listen to them, and all the people that we've lost along the way as well. I love you. I'm sorry if I ever fought with any of you. We're gonna fight naturally, but I love you all. God bless. Good album. Not a great album, but it's a great introduction to the awesomeness that is the Incubus artistic band.